Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the new Tron Legacy Ultimate and Deluxe Sam Flynn figures. Spin Masters is producing several different toys and action figures based on the upcoming Disney sequel, Tron Legacy. Among the toys being produced are a few different scales of action figures. And today, we're going to take a look at two of these. The 7-inch tall Deluxe Sam Flynn, and the 12-inch Ultimate Sam Flynn. So let's start with the smaller Deluxe version. Sam comes in a blister card packaging that clearly shows the figure inside. There's also a small circular hole in the front of the blister bubble, allowing you to test his action feature, but we'll get to that a bit more in a moment. Sam is featured in his costume from the new film. The detailing is pretty decent on the figure, though the paint job is rather basic here. The figure features a pretty decent amount of articulation, however, because of the built-in electronics, the figure has no head or torso articulation. But otherwise, he features ball-jointed shoulders, which are rather stiff, elbow joints, wrist swivels, ball-jointed thighs, some unique ball-jointed knees that are hidden under the leg sculpt, and ankle joints. Now, the only problem with all of this posability is that he does look a bit awkward not being able to turn his head or his waist. No matter what you do, Sam is always stuck looking forward. Sam also features two accessories, the first being his baton. The weapon can fit into either of his hands, and also has a small notch in it so it can be hung from his right leg. Sam also includes the infamous Tron Identity Disc. The disc can fit into his hands, although it does take a little bit of work to get it to fit right. There's also a spot on his back so you can clip the disc for storage, just like in the film. Now, the key selling point on this figure is the action feature. There's a small switch on his back. By flipping the switch all the way up and pressing the button on his side, the figure has a really cool light-up effect to replicate the way the character's costume appears in the film. By flipping that same switch all the way down and then pressing the button, you'll get the light-up effect, plus this incredibly cool facial action feature. The face lights up with a projection of the actual actor and moves as it speaks lines from the film. Check it out!
Some things are worth the risk. Where am I? Am I on the grid? I'm not a program.
It's actually some pretty cool technology, and it works quite well. Alright, now let's jump over to the Ultimate version of Sam Flynn. This 12-inch version of the figure comes inside a larger box that includes an opening flap that shows some of the features of the included figure. Now, outside of the box, this figure is practically exactly the same as that 7-inch version we just looked at, with a few minor differences. The head and torso are both non-articulated, again, due to the electronics inside. The rest of the articulation is very similar. Same ball-jointed shoulders, same hidden ball-jointed knees. The only differences are that he now features articulated fingers so that he can open and close his hands, and toe joints so his feet can be posed a little bit better. But even with this new articulation, the same problem still persists. No matter how you pose him, Sam is always stuck looking forward. Now, this version of Sam Flynn comes with quite a few more accessories than that smaller version. He does include the same baton, but also has a battle baton, a staff, a katana, and of course, his identity disc. All of these weapons are very heavy, especially the identity disc. Check it out! It's because they all feature actual metal parts, which is something I really wasn't expecting. They feel very nice and sturdy because of it. And once again, the identity disc can be stored on Sam's back. And the baton can be stored on his thigh, this time via a built-in magnet. It's not a super strong magnet, but it holds okay. Once again, this figure has the same action feature as the deluxe version, and it operates practically the same way. The switch on the back allows you to switch between only lights or lights and sounds. This time around, the lights stretch all the way down to his thighs, but otherwise, it's the same as the small figure, and he even speaks the exact same lines.
Where am I? Am I on the grid? I'm not a program.
Overall, I think these figures are a lot of fun. The lack of articulation in the head and torso does greatly limit how much he can be played with or posed. But the built-in electronic action feature is really unique, and it's executed very nicely. You probably don't need both of these figures as they're pretty much the exact same thing, but it does give you the option to choose which scale you most prefer. The new Spin Masters Tron Legacy figures are available right now in stores, so get out there and start your hunting. Until next time.